New Jersey to Las Vegas, New Jersey Raider Nation, coming to you live.
Welcome back to the NJ Raider Nation channel, and it's Friday night, 2 days until the Raiders play the Chargers, and very highly anticipated game. Last night the Bills handed it to the Rams. Good game. Got to say that the Bills looked really good. But, I might make a video on that because, if it comes down to the AFC Championship, Bills versus Raiders, Bills look to be pretty good this year, and they're the Super Bowl favorites. But in today's video, we're going to look at the Week 1 bets for Raiders versus Chargers. This video is by no means advice. It's just kind of looking at the bets that are out there and, just kind of talking about them. And then, you guys can comment which bets you like in the comments and stuff. But yeah, this video is not advice at all. This is not like an investment channel or any of that. So do not take any of the things I say as advice, all right? Now that we got that disclaimer out of the way, I got my screen recorded on my phone, so let's take a look at this. But before looking at Week 1 bets, I do want to show off the team specials for the Raiders. This is DraftKings, by the way. I know there's a lot of different sports book apps, but this is DraftKings, and the Raiders team specials. This one is really intriguing, in my opinion. Davante Adams to have at least one 200-yard regular season receiving yard game. It's plus 600. So, you throw up $100, you're getting 600 back. If Davante Adams has, all he needs is one 200-yard regular season receiving yard game. And, Waller had one, 2 years ago now versus the Jets. So Carr can do it. And, Davante Adams, it's going to take, throw up one 70, 80-yard bomb to Adams, and then he's just got, 100 and some change to get the rest of the game. I like the odds of that a lot. I think it's pretty possible. And then just looking at a couple more of these, a lot of them are just, bets added with other things. So like touchdowns, receiving yards, just mixing a bunch of stuff together. Another one, Derek Carr to throw at least 400, or for Derek Carr to throw for at least 450 yards in any regular season game, similar to the Adams. It just takes one game. He's got 17 chances. We know Carr can get up there in passing yards. If he goes to OT in one game, he'll get an additional, let's say about 75 yards, take it to the house on a touchback. Yeah, that's just another one that I think's not too bad at plus 300. I like the odds of that one. And Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller over 11.5 combined regular season receiving touchdowns. It's only plus 110, about even odds. They're going to be over or under that. And that's kind of where Vegas is having them. So, I think that's a pretty safe bet. Waller, Renfrow. Of course, we're going to have Adams in the mix, but Renfrow and Waller, once we get down to the red zone, double team Adams, they're going to be open a large part of the time. Not too bad. This one's pretty funny. Renfrow to break the single game receptions record in the regular season, over 21.5. He's got to get 22 catches plus 6,500. You throw $100 on that, you're getting 6,600. Even if you sprinkle a little 25, you're getting 1,650 back. I don't think he's going to do it. And that's why the odds are so crazy like that. But it's just funny they have that in there. He did have over 100 catches last year, so who knows? But that's definitely tough to do. I wonder when that record was set. Let's check that out quick. All right, so Brandon Marshall in 2009, December 13th, had 21 catches against the Colts. So it's pretty interesting. But all right, now let's go back to the Week 1 Raiders versus Chargers. This is probably going to be the title of the video, and this is what I want to highlight. Look at the different bets. Look at, pay attention to what's to come for this week. And I don't know, I'll probably throw some bets down, after I look at everything. But So right off the bat, the Raiders are plus 150 against the Chargers. We're coming in as the slight underdog. Chargers are a slight favorite. I mean, once you start pushing minus 200, you're really talking like not even slight favorite anymore. Vegas really likes the Chargers this year. I mean, a lot of people do, and I understand they got a bunch of new guys. They had a great season last year, but I mean, we'll see. If we show up and we beat them first game. All these people saying Chargers Super Bowl, Chargers all this, that. It's going to be pretty funny if they lose their first game in their stadium. But then again, I mean, their stadium, that's another thing that's up in the air with LA. That Raider fan base is strong out there. So let's look. We got the over-under is 52.5 points. That's pretty fair. I mean, the total amount of points of the last game of the season last year had to be, I forget the score, but it had to be over 60. I mean, I think that's fair, but, with both of our really strong offenses, I would have thought that would probably be higher. So, the over's looking kind of nice, but who knows? It's a lot of points, And then anytime touchdown scores, let's look at these odds. So we got Austin Eckler as the most favorited touchdown scorer of the game at minus 135. Josh Jacobs is next. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams at plus 120 is so interesting to me. Like, I understand wide receivers for the most part, they gotta. It's harder. It's harder, and Vegas knows that, so their odds are always like slightly higher. But with everything that's been going on this offseason, I mean, my video, check that out if you haven't seen Carr and Adams reunion video. Quick little plug right there. But back to it, Adams, everything that's been going on, Adams at plus 120. Like, I really think Carr's going to really want to, I think they're going to want to score with Adams. I mean, it's such a big deal for the fan base and everything. The only thing I'm wondering is, if he doesn't score here, he gets to score in Vegas, home opener, first touchdown in the silver and black in Vegas. I think that would be a huge deal. But honestly, I don't think they're going to wait. And if he's open, he's open, and they're going to throw it to him. But I like that bet. I mean, plus 120. I really think Adams, they're going to push for his first touchdown in the silver and black. First game of the season. Waller plus 190 is pretty crazy because, Waller is a red zone fiend. And at plus 190, Hunter Renfrow is in front of Waller, which, again, the two of them, it's crazy how much talent the Raiders have. It really is. We should be scoring every offensive drive. There's really no excuse not to, but we'll see how it goes, So let's take a look at passing yards. Derek Carr over 266.5 over under 266. I think that's pretty fair. He'll probably hit around there unless he does, unless there's a couple deep balls, then he'll push over 300, but it's probably going to be around 266. I think that's a pretty good prop by Vegas. And Justin Herbert 282 or 281.5. That's a little interesting, but Austin Eckler, yeah. It'll be interesting. You know what I'm wondering? Rush yards. Justin Herbert, 13.5. I was wondering what they were going to put for him. 13.5. I think he'll be over 13.5. He's probably really excited for the season to play ball again, and I think I'm kind of surprised at how low that is. I don't know his rushing yards off the top of my head, but I do, once he gets out of the pocket, he'll run a little. So I would expect like 2 or 3 rushes out of him. So I'm kind of surprised that 13.5 is so low, but we'll see. We'll see, I guess. And then we got receiving yards. This will be interesting. We got Adams at 78.5. That's his over-under. Waller, 48.5. Eckler is a heavy catching running back, so 35.5. I could see him hitting the over there. Josh Jacobs, 13.5. Without Kenyon Drake was taking a lot of catches out the backfield last season, but he's out the door. But we have a lot of that running back room is pretty extensive. So I don't know, 13.5. I don't know if they're going to be wasting their time throwing to Josh Jacobs when they got such a big running back room with all 5 of our running backs. Drive props. The first drive of the game, field goal made, yes, 400. And then let's get rid of some of these. So first drive, no field goal. I would plus 400, saying that the game starts with a field goal. I mean, the defenses of both teams are going to be really good too. And I think that's why, going back to the over on points, it's not crazy. It's not like really pushing it like a really high number, because both defenses are going to be good. Chargers don't have J.C. Jackson, their top cornerback, and that'll be a big hole for them to have to fill. And I think the Raiders definitely will be able to take advantage of that to an extent. But they still have a really good defense all around. Khalil Mack playing his old team again. I mean, there's going to be a lot of fun things to look for in this game. So then let's look at the weekly specials. For this game specifically, the final play of the game to be a made field goal in overtime. Yes, plus 1,700. So if you put $10 on that, you're getting 180 back. I like that a lot. Fresh from the field, they're calling it. That's pretty funny, just to like sprinkle a little change on there, just for the hell of it. Because if the last play of the game is a made field goal in OT, it's going to be pretty funny. Social media is going to be talking about that one a lot. And then let's see the number of bets placed. The percentage is in Chargers' favor by 64%. So when the Raiders win Sunday, the sports bookies are going to be making their money. That's where they're going to be making their money, but not on me. Not on me, because that plus 150 is going to make me extra change, and I'll be riding that money line all weekend. DK squares, touchdown scores, passing props, rushing, receiving props, game parlays, just adding stuff together. I don't really like these. I'll make my own parlays. Halves, quarters. I don't do too much of that either. Correct score. The most likely correct score exact is Chargers 27, Raiders 20. Tied for most likely, actually a three-way tie for most likely. Chargers 24, Raiders 27, and then the other one is Chargers 34, Raiders 31. So if I had to guess correct score, those are pretty good actually. I'd probably say we got 3 touchdowns, field goal 24. I would say probably Raiders 24, Chargers 2 field goals, and then 2 touchdowns. That's 6, and then 14. 20 to 24. So Raiders 24, Chargers 20. That'd be my guess. Let's see where that is in terms of the odds. What did I say? Raiders 24. Raiders 24. Right here, plus 7,500. Now that I officially said that on film, I'm probably gonna have to put $5 on that, because if that was the final score and I said it on here and didn't put any money, I think I'd regret that. But so I mean, $5 gives you 380 for that score. I think that's a pretty likely score. Two touchdowns of Chargers, 2 field goals. It's not bad. I mean, it's gonna be a good game. If that was the score, it'd be right over. No, I'm sorry, it'd be 44, so it'd be under the over total points. 52, what was it, 51.5. Well, we'll have to see about that, but like I said, I think I'm officially locking in my prediction of 24 to 20 for this game, so we'll see. Team totals, team props. Let's see the sacks, the odds on sacks. That's going to be the next one for game props then maybe. Total sacks, let's see what that's looking like. It doesn't look like they got total sacks, unless I'm in the wrong spot. It's weird. Well, I just wanted to put this little video together, talk about the bets, see if anybody else wants to talk about the bets in the comments. If you guys get any big hits this weekend, let me know in the comments. Follow me on Twitter at NJRaiderNation0. Let me know on there. I'd love seeing other people's plays, especially Raiders related plays. I got a bunch of futures. I could make a video on that. Season futures. I could make a video on the different ones that I was looking at there. And again, this is just really casual talk about the different bets this weekend. This is not advice or anything like that. Just looking to see what other people are thinking about placing, stuff like that too. So, let me know in the comments, and I might do this every week, every couple weeks. I love the whole betting thing, love the different numbers. So making videos like this is fun for me. So let me know in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next NJ Raider Nation video. And go Raiders on Sunday. Let's get the job done. Start the season 1-0.